What kind of questions do you think Boris can expect from his MPs later?
Well, I think particularly the Labour Party leader, Keir Starmer, will be focusing on the issue of Ukraine. He delivered a statement yesterday in the House of Commons in response to Boris Johnson's announcement of the sanctions package that was widely well received. Keir Starmer's statement was a big divergence of where the Labour Party had been under its previous leader, Jeremy Corbyn, and there'll be a lot of signalling, I think, today from midday from the Labour Party, trying to express that it has changed, that it's in favour of the transatlantic alliance, that it's on the side of the West, when, frankly, to many, it has not been seen to be on the side of the West for some time.
And do you think there'll be any talk of the sanctions not being strong enough?
That certainly seems to be a sentiment from all sides of the House. As the day went on yesterday, we were hearing not just from the opposition, as we may well have expected, but from the Tory benches as well. The question, is this it? Now, of course, the government will say, no, this is just the first tranche. There are many more sanctions that are being held for if a full-scale invasion of Ukraine were to go ahead. But there's a difference in philosophy here. And there are two broad schools of thought. One is you've got to hold something in your back pocket to dissuade further action. And if you don't hold that in your back pocket and you deploy it all at the start, well, what incentive is there for Vladimir Putin to not go further with a full-scale invasion if he's already had the harm? In for a penny, in for a pound, as the saying goes. However, the other side of the argument is you've got to respond to strength with strength. Yeah. You can't hold back on your response, and this wide-ranging package of sanctions should be applied immediately. Those are the two broad arguments. Now, the government's a little bit hamstrung in this, in that it's acting in concord with the Europeans and with the Americans. London has been talking to Washington and talking to Brussels and coordinating this response. The West is moving as one. And sadly, that does mean that if there's someone who wants to move a bit slower, that may slow down the response for the others as well.